continue in this teaching on applying faith in our prayer lives, and we're looking at the second part of that particular teaching, and all of it falls into the overall series of faith toward God, which is part of the foundation series as taught us in the book of Hebrews chapter 6 verse 1 and 2. And we've had a look at, with regards to applying faith in our prayer life, the fact is that we have to ask. Our Lord Jesus said to us very plainly, ask and you shall receive. And that is the first requirement that we need to fulfill in order to receive from God in our prayers through faith. And so they were very bold in their prayer, and they asked God to intervene, and they had no doubt that this was the will of God, and God answered their prayer very profoundly, and they got exactly what they asked for. And so the next point we want to really, and it's just kind of flowing in with the same point again, is that our prayers must be based on the promises of God. We cannot pray outside of what the Word of God says. We can only ever expect God to perform that which He has promised. For us to expect God to perform that which He has not promised to us is foolishness, and God's not going to honor. And so that's where the full assurance kicks in, is that we have to know the will of God. And so again, as I say, once you know the will of God, don't ever now tag on and say, Lord, if it be your will, because you're just telling God that you actually don't trust His word. And so if you don't trust His word, you're not going to receive anything from God. Simple as that. And so just to recap the points, very first protocol, go find out what God says on the subject, go to the Word of God. And try and get at least 2 scriptures that support that particular promise that you're asking from the Father. Once you've done that and you're now fully assured, be assured in your mind, okay, this is what how God views this particular subject. So when I come before